Raf van Nuffel is the head of product marketing and pricing for Hyundai in Europe, and Hyundai is introducing a series of i30 cars here. And Raf, why don't you explain what you've got on the floor?
Yeah, thank you. So indeed, i30 is an important model for us, and now the range will be complete actually, because besides the hatchback and the wagon that we were already launching earlier this year, this is our new member, or one of them. It's i30N, and it's the first high-performance vehicle in the Hyundai range under this N umbrella.
Okay, what makes it high performance?
So obviously the engine, we use a 2-liter turbocharged turbo GDI engine, which develops 250 standard and 275 horsepower if you take the performance pack. Also visually you can see we have made some design changes to make it look a bit more powerful as well. Especially the front end, we have a completely new redesigned bumper and grille with larger air intakes also to give enough air to the new powertrain. We also have dedicated wheels. So standard is a dedicated 18-inch wheel, and here this is the performance pack. It comes with 19-inch wheels with larger disc brakes, or brake discs, sorry, and also with Pirelli P0 tires for better grip on the road. And then you see also the side skirts that we added. And also on the rear of the car, it's quite an interesting design differentiation, I think. So on the top you have the new spoiler in black always, with a nice triangular braking light. And again, the bumper has been redesigned with underneath a new diffuser and a dual muffler.
So a real hot hatch.
A real hot hatch, I think. And it's really a car which is supposed to be fun to drive. It's really a cornering rascal, we call it, because it's really made to corner as fast as possible on the one hand.
I like that, a cornering rascal. I've not heard that term, but that's good.
And it's all about RPM, about BPM, heartbeats, instead of only RPM. Almost got it wrong. But besides of that, it's also a car for everyday usage, because it has different modes, from very subtle modes that you can drive to work on a daily basis, up to very extreme N modes that also allows you to have a lot of fun on the track. And it's also a car that you can take on the track just the way it is, no modifications needed, and you can have a lot of fun for many laps and not just one of them.
Yeah. Let's move down to the next car here, and this is the Fastback?
Yeah, so we call this one the i30 Fastback. Again, we try to make it look as different as possible from the standard hatchback. Again, by changing the bumper design. We also reduced, for instance, the height of the grille to give it a much more horizontal and wider look. It has a new LED DRL shape that looks a bit more elegant. We have new wheel designs. Here you can see the 18-inch wheel. We also have a new 17-inch wheel design. The customer can choose body color or glossy black mirror caps, for instance. So there's some personalization as well. And again, the rear end has been redesigned completely with new bumpers, again emphasizing the horizontal stance on the road, very important. New combination lamps, obviously. The spoiler has been nicely integrated into the trunk. And last but not least, I think the shoulder line is very interesting. The car has very heavy, wide shoulders, and again, this puts the car on the road and gives it a lot of power when you look at it from the rear side as well.
What I like with all the changes, and especially not being a hatch but a fastback, it looks much more upscale, much more substantial.
It does, and that's exactly what it's meant to do. It's also helping the brand to reposition ourselves a bit more upscale, and therefore also try to attract new customers. And as a result, we hope to have the effect on the full i30 range of this.
And as they say, but wait, there's more, and here we have the Kona.
There's indeed more. This again is a completely new model for us. The B SUV segment is actually very important in Europe. It's the fastest growing one. So we're very happy to launch also today the all-new Hyundai Kona. Again, from a design point of view, it's really a statement. Again, we can appeal to a much younger audience and very different customers than we typically get so far. Looking at the front, again, we call this a twin headlamp design because you have two levels basically. On top you have the very thin LED DRL design, and underneath you have the main full LED headlamp. The grille is actually in line with the i30 that we just shown. We call it the cascading grille. So it does have a family look when you look at the grille. And then you have a lower skid plate again to to give it some horizontal look, to emphasize the horizontal layout of the front.
And I didn't realize that you were not in the B segment for crossovers.
Not yet. So
and this will go on sale when?
At the end of this year, so end of 2017, start of sales will kick off. Also, if you look at the side here, we actually have on the one hand very clean and smooth surfaces, and then we have the contrast on the other hand with the claddings, which are quite rugged, quite SUV, and they're wrapped around completely from the wheel arches, wrapped around the headlamps basically. So this is quite unique in the segment as well.
Right.
Then the customer can personalize his car choosing wheels between 16, 17, 18 alloy wheel, but also choosing the roof color basically.
Here, let's walk around on this side because there's so many people. Obviously, the crowd here likes what you've got.
It does get the attention of the people, yeah. So, in terms of personalization, I was saying, if you don't like the body color on the roof, you can also have it in dark gray, as you can see it here, together with a mirror cap. And it's also available in black, a black roof, coming then with black mirror caps.
Very good. Well, I'd like to see more. There's too many people around at this point.
It's a bit crowded, yeah.
Raf, thanks so much for your time and showing us the lineup of cars here.
You're very welcome. Thank you.